Okay, so we're going to look at a shortcut for removing the requirement for lockdown browser from your quizzes. Um, this is not an official method, but that being said, I don't anticipate problems with it. I think it's might be worth a try if you feel comfortable doing this. So let's dive right in. So let's look at my quizzes first, though. And I have renamed them by putting old in front of all of them. I think that might be a good idea. Rename the ones that you're going to do this to. Okay, so then we go to settings and we're going to export course content. Export type is quiz. I have all of mine checked in this little test class. There's not very many. You might just do 2 or 3 at first, make sure it's going to work. Check the ones that need to get rid of that requirement and that you want to go ahead and do maybe just 2 or 3 till you get comfortable with it. Create export. I'll pause this, might take just a bit. Okay, it is done now and it shows up here as new export. Click that to download it. Now it's downloaded. Click the up arrow, show in Finder, and here it is. This is a zip file. I'm going to actually edit some things and then I'm going to unzip it, do a little editing, and zip it back up. So here we go. If you just double click that, it unzips it. Here's the zip file, and here is the folder that results from unzipping it. Okay, now when I get finished, I'm going to make a new zip file. The old one will still be there, and all your quizzes are still there. So you won't be losing anything if something goes wrong. So expand this folder, and inside there is a folder for each of my 4 quizzes. This folder that has a big, crazy looking name. Okay, so those are what I'm going to work on. Just expand that. Look for this file, assessment_meta.xml. And I'm 2-finger clicking that. Open with text edit. And we're going to edit this a little bit. Look for require lockdown browser. It says true. We want it to be false. And under that, require lockdown browser for results and for monitor. Those should also be false. They probably are going to be false. So change this to false. Just be careful. You will not hurt anything, but you might just have to redo it if you don't spell it right or something. Okay, so I put that in, and now I just want to save it. That's it. Close that window, and I have to do that for each of these. I will leave that folder expanded to show I'm done with that one. Look for the next big long name, which is here. Expand it. Edit this file, 2-finger click. Open with text edit. Look for that require lockdown browser. It says true. We want it to say false. So if you're not careful and you accidentally delete one of these brackets, right here, there's the bracket. Don't do that. It'll mess it up. Just be careful. Put in false and file save. Okay, the next one is here. Expand. Open with text edit. Require lockdown browser. This one's already false. Okay, this is one that was not requiring it. So leave it alone. And then the last one, open with text edit. Require lockdown browser. This one says true. We want it to be false. Carefully type that in. File, save. And this is a little tedious. You have to be careful, but it's gonna be nice when we're done. Okay, so make sure I saved it. So that should be good. Now, all four of those I have now finished, right? So I'm going to unexpand that folder. Now I need to zip that back up. I still have the other one. I didn't change it. And this will create a new zip file. It will not overwrite my other zip file. So two-finger click and compress. Compress that folder. There it is, my new zip file. Notice it has a different name. It's got the two. Oh, it's got the, how did I get out of there? Okay, let's see. Yes, it has a different name. It's a new zip file. And there it is in my downloads. It's got this 2 on the end. Okay, so now I just have to import that, and that's going to be my quizzes. I'll have them. They'll be fixed. So I have to go back to that course. I go to settings. This keeps getting in the way. Settings, import course content, and this, yeah, here we go. Up here, import content. I want QTI zip file. And now I need to choose file, and hopefully I've waited long enough that zip is going to be there. It looked like it was. So choose file, and there it is. Technologies quiz export 2. That's the one. A while ago when I tried this, it wasn't there yet. I had to wait just a little bit longer. There it is. Click open. I've now chosen the file. Everything's ready. Click import. It is doing its thing. It says 100%. Now it says this is queued, so it's not finished. Now it says running. I'm going to pause this in case it takes a while. Now it says completed. Okay, it didn't take too long. So my quizzes should be there. Let's look at quizzes. Now see, I have 2 of each of these. That's a little annoying. I don't see a way to make it change the name. However, the nice thing is it's done. I do not have to paste in instructions. I'll have to put my dates back in, but I shouldn't have to fool with any of the other details. Don't have to find the question bank or any of that stuff. I just have to see which of these is the right one. So for the math quiz, that's the one that was already not requiring the lockdown browser. Let's look at this one here. This says requires lockdown browser. Yes, so that's the wrong one. That was the top one. The bottom one, let's look at it. It says requires lockdown browser. No. So that's the right one. Go back. And I could just rename that one. Get rid of the old maybe. Edit. Save. Go back to my quizzes. So now for that 7C, Examen 7C, I have one that doesn't say old, and I have one that says old. And the one that doesn't say old, that's the one I've fixed. So it looks like, see, for that one, let's look at 8B real quick. The top one, requires, it says yes. The bottom one of 8B requires, it says no for requires lockdown browser. So it looks like the bottom one each time is the one. So to save time, you could go through for each of the bottom ones, change the name, figuring it's probably you've changed the right one, and then just give a test. You might test each one, or look at it, make sure when you're finished that you did change the right one. Let's change the name of the right one. Let's look at the one that I think works. And I'm not going to go ahead and change the names on these or look at them. Just going to look at this first one. Okay, I'm going to say student view. And I'm going to take this quiz, put in the access code. And it works. It did not say lockdown browser is needed. Download the lockdown browser. Your students are stuck. So I think that will work. I haven't given this quiz to anyone, but I would try 2 or 3, give them to the students. I don't anticipate problems with this. So if you feel like it would save you some time, again, you do not have to paste in any instructions. You don't have to look in the question banks. You just do the export, unzip, do those edits, zip it back up, then import that. And then you will have those duplicate named quizzes, and you have to change the name of the right one. Then you can unpublish things. See, I'm going to leave student view, go to quizzes. The one that's, the old one, unpublish it, publish the one that's correct. You might keep the old one around for a while just in case, but just unpublish it. So if you want to try that, and I can help you out with it, give me a holler. That's all.